Alrighty, patch 14.2 has rolled in and Riot has made a change that may have overbuffed Irelia. But it's not even a direct buff, it's actually a bug fix. All timestamps will be in the video timeline. If there's a section in the video you want to skip, I've already marked the next section for you in the YouTube player. Now this all came about because a few weeks ago, Riot Flocks put out to the community and asked if there were any bugs or quality of life changes that they could make to, quote, meaningfully improve your experience with a champion you play. To this, one of the most liked responses on the whole thread was this one: fix Irelia's Q going on cooldown when a minion dies while she's mid-dash. Flocks was assuring, saying he may know how to fix this, and thus we see this change in 14.2. All the way at the bottom of the notes, we have this: fixed a bug that caused Irelia's Q dash to not properly reset if cast at max range and the target dies right before she arrives. So I looked around a bit to see what they actually changed to avoid this bug from happening, and apparently it's because the server now checks 4 times as often to see if a Q has reset already. Previously, the player would have to wait milliseconds for the server to check and then register once it had found the Q target had died, thus resetting the Q cooldown. That's why Irel King's Irelia just looked way faster than everyone else's. The Q lockout registry was already happening a fair bit faster due to Korean ping often being between 2 and 16 ping. Because the check happens 4 times as fast now, this means the lockout from her Q is reduced by a lot, as the game has already detected that the Q can be cast again and the target has died. This is how Irelia's Q now looks on 14.2. I have 2 examples from Finn and No Arm Watley on Twitter. Granted, Finn is in Korea right now, so he has absurdly low ping, but Watley's example is recorded on 35 ping. I don't think I've ever seen an Irelia move like this outside of the Korean server. This change really does look like a fantastic quality of life change for Irelia players. Even I've experienced the bug that Riot fixed with this change, but with a change like this, balance is also called into question. Because of how fast Irelia's Q is from Blade Surge, I have to wonder how it feels to the enemy trying to click on the Irelia or hit her with an ability within the wave. Think Syndra Q or something like that. A scenario where Irelia Qs in, autos you through her long auto attack range and attack speed, then Qs away before you can even click on her seems pretty realistic, and I honestly fear for the Koreans that have to play against Irel King. That alongside the buff that inadvertently comes with her Q now resetting more often will definitely bring her into meta contention, but she has had a pretty rough last 6 months, so this should help her out a lot. It's just interesting how such a large balance change has come around from a bug fix. The Irelia main subreddit is very excited about this change, with this one saying Irel King's gonna be rank 1 now, and I couldn't agree more. League's movement system is pretty slow in effect. It's what makes the game work. Projectiles are pretty slow for counterplay purposes. Most champions move at roughly the same base movement speed, where it takes whole seconds for them to even just cross the screen, and it's all in accordance with how fast things on the map like minions move as well. It's just what makes the game work. Even high mobility champions like Yasuo, Riven, and Fiora have a lot of dashes, but their dashes are quite slow compared to Irelia's Blade Surge, so ramping this ability up could be problematic. When one of my friends Thean, who is a professional player who also plays Irelia, saw the clips I just showed you guys, he said it almost looks like a manual Master Yi Q. Imagine trying to click on that. But it's obviously too early to tell if the change will increase her win rate or decrease her counterplay too much. I'm sure Riot will keep an eye on how she performs from 14.2 and beyond. Irelia has historically always been pretty hard to balance. Now before we continue, I have to give a shout out to today's sponsor, ExpressVPN. So when I took this ad, I really wanted to know what benefit my viewers can actually get out of using ExpressVPN for their League experience. The biggest thing I found was using ExpressVPN to play on other servers. Because I play on OCE, queue times can be ridiculous, but with ExpressVPN, you can swap servers for shorter queues and play against different players from across the world. And also outside of the game, using ExpressVPN through subscription services such as Netflix or Crunchyroll can help you fully unlock the whole library and really get your money's worth. As an Australian, we're pretty gated in terms of what our Netflix shows us compared to the North American version. A lot of people don't even know that Netflix restricts you from thousands of their shows all due to your location, unless you use ExpressVPN. This also works for other subscription services such as Crunchyroll and YouTube, which I'm sure you've all received this message at some point in time. When I was traveling, I almost couldn't watch the new episode of Jujutsu Kaisen because of region locking and risked having it spoiled on Twitter. But again, it was a solution ExpressVPN had. You can even watch directly from the Japanese server to catch shows like Spy Family and Solo Leveling right as they release. No more waiting whole days for it to roll out in your country. To get started, go to the link in the description at expressvpn.com/rivalrvn and find out how you can get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. Up next, Riot Froxon has brought attention to how they've changed the bounty system this this season. Selfmade posted a screenshot on Twitter where he was confused about bounty distribution, where the 7-0 Lucian on the losing team had no bounty. Froxon chimed in with his clarification tweet saying, "If team is very behind, your bounty is reduced so you don't get overly punished for trying to do something proactive when you're 1v9ing," which, alongside his fantastic transparency, I think this is an amazing change to incentivize Fed champions that have a losing team to try and make a play without throwing their only chance to get back in the game. Next up, Riot has removed in-lobby chatbox. Riot has removed the ability to DM people during champion select out of nowhere. This person questioned Riot support, asking why his chatbox is missing, only to be told that it's intended, except we were never told about this or that it was happening. And just after I went on how good their transparency has been lately. I'm not really sure why this is a change. The only thing that I can think of is so you can't unfairly communicate with the enemy team while in champion select if you're playing against a friend. But I mean, most people just use Discord anyway. If they know they're on the enemy team, they'll just call them. This is maybe one small barrier to prevent unfair chatting between teams, but I think it hurts the general player base than preventing the small amount of DM chat abusing that may or may not even be happening. I also thought this might be a bug too that this person just happened to experience, but nope, it also happened to my friend while talking to me as he got into champ select. So I want to know, if you guys noticed this, let me know in the comments below. This is actually a bug. I went digging while this video is being edited and found it's being worked on. The screenshot I just showed you from Riot support is wrong. Riot support is often outsourced and sometimes say uninformed things. As you can see from this Reddit comment from Riot Auberon, a fix is already on the way. So don't worry, your champ select chatbox isn't going anywhere. Oh, also, right before I finish this video, it turns out that there is a bug where Smolder is playable in Clash. From FrostReal on Reddit come these two screenshots showing evidence of them being able to select and play Smolder in their Clash game, despite his release not being for a few days yet. Apparently he's also bannable in normals, but you still can't pick him. Their theory was because he is bannable, he is pickable, and due to the fact that in Clash everyone unlocks all champions, that bypasses him not being purchasable. I'm sure this will get patched between now and his release date, but for now this is confirmed to work on at least OCE. And to finish off the video today, I'm going to leave you with this hilarious clips of Hamza. His links are in the description. Thanks for watching, and if you like this kind of league news content, be sure to subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Bye.
I'm just saying. I'm bad. Look at a whole U-turn just to kill me. Dick runner.